anything that you take a leap of faith with is scary. And I think that you never really know how it's going to be received until it's out there in the world, and that's a huge risk to take.
And they end up either losing it or, you know, using their gifts for...
All right, let's dive into this. So Justin Bieber, we all know him, right? Pop star, global icon, married to Hailey Bieber. But lately, things haven't seemed quite right. He and Hailey are constantly photographed together, whether they're grabbing coffee, heading to church, or just strolling around. But every time those pictures surface, there's this underlying feeling that something's off. He's been looking withdrawn, acting strangely, and just generally not seeming like the Justin we're used to seeing. And it's not just a few bad photos, it's been a consistent pattern. He looks tired, almost drained, and his behavior seems a little erratic. This has understandably got people talking, and more importantly, it's reportedly got Hailey Bieber concerned. She's his wife, she's with him day in and day out, so if she's voicing concerns, it's probably a pretty serious situation. So, what's going on? Is it a resurgence of depression? We know he's been open about struggling with mental health in the past. Or could there be other factors at play? Some people are even whispering about the possibility of substance use. Honestly, nobody really knows for sure, but the fact that he's been consistently looking and acting weird has definitely raised red flags, and it's got a lot of people wondering what's really happening behind the scenes with Justin. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. Okay, so remember when Justin Bieber was all squeaky clean and singing, "Baby"? Yeah, well, those days are long gone. He's definitely not that kid anymore. So this week, he posted this really weird video on his Instagram. He's shirtless, just casually carrying a bag of snacks, and he starts rapping. But here's the thing, the lyrics are all about being high. I mean, he literally raps, "I fly like a fly guy, I fly high like a bagpipe, I go high like a bad guy." It's pretty blatant, right? And it gets even more questionable. In the video, he's hanging out with a friend who's just casually smoking cigarettes. It's all very carefree, but also a little concerning, especially given his past struggles. It just feels like a far cry from the Justin Bieber we thought we knew, and it definitely raises some eyebrows about what's really going on with him. It's like he's trying to project this image of being edgy and rebellious, but it just comes across as a little unsettling, especially when you consider everything else that's been going on lately. It definitely makes you wonder if he's really doing okay. So, naturally, Justin's high rapping video on Instagram totally blew up, and the reactions were all over the place. It was like a complete mixed bag of opinions. On one side, you had the die-hard believers who were absolutely loving it. They were all about his rap skills, saying things like, "Bieber is back," and begging him to drop new music. One fan even said, "I'm so desperate for new music, I'll take anything at this point like this gold right now. Go Biebs." They were basically just hyped to see him doing something musical. But then on the other side, you had people who were genuinely concerned. They weren't feeling the video at all and were worried about his well-being. One comment really stood out, saying, "Something is very off. This video disturbs me on so many levels. WTF." And that pretty much sums up the sentiment of a lot of people who saw the video. It just felt wrong, like something wasn't quite right with him. So, yeah, the reaction was definitely split, with some fans cheering him on and others deeply worried about his state of mind. And the concern just kept pouring in. One fan really hit the nail on the head, saying, "If anyone's a true fan of Justin Bieber, you would know that there's something wrong with him. He needs help." That comment really resonated with a lot of people, because it acknowledged that something deeper might be going on beyond just a weird Instagram video. Now here's the thing, all this speculation about Justin's well-being, especially the rumors about him using drugs again, isn't new. Earlier this month, his rep actually came out and denied those rumors. They told TMZ that the speculation was exhausting and pitiful, and that despite the obvious truth, people are committed to keeping negative, salacious, harmful narratives alive. One person wrote on X, "This is Justin Bieber, a guy that is barely 30 years old but looking older because of drug abuse. Hard drugs don't just ruin careers, they take a visible toll on your body and mind. Stay away from them, or they ruin your future." So on the one hand, you have Justin's team trying to shut down the rumors and paint a picture of everything being fine. But on the other hand, you have fans who are genuinely worried and seeing signs that something's not right. It creates this really conflicting narrative, and it's hard to know what to believe. Is it just a case of people reading too much into things, or is there a real cause for concern that's being downplayed? It's a tricky situation, and it leaves a lot of people feeling uneasy. Okay, so Justin's spokesperson is really trying to paint a picture of positive change, right? They're saying that the past year has been very transformative for him, and they're trying to connect that to the fact that he welcomed his first child, Jack, with Hailey back in August. It's like they're saying, look, he's a dad now, he's growing and evolving. But then they add this other detail, which is kind of interesting. The spokesperson also said that Justin ended several close friendships and business relationships that no longer served him, which, on the surface, sounds like he's just cleaning house and making healthy choices. But it also raises some questions, doesn't it? What kind of friendships and business relationships were these? And why did they suddenly no longer serve him? It's like they're trying to spin this narrative of positive transformation. But the details they're providing also hint at some underlying issues or struggles. It makes you wonder if these transformative changes were actually a result of something more complicated going on in his life. It's a classic PR move, trying to control the narrative, but it also leaves a lot of room for speculation. And just when you think things couldn't get any weirder, remember that whole divorce rumor fiasco from last month? Out of nowhere, Justin randomly unfollowed Hailey on Instagram, which, in today's social media-obsessed world, is basically the equivalent of announcing a breakup to the entire world. Of course, the internet went wild, and divorce rumors started flying. But then Justin came out and claimed that his account had been hacked. He posted on his Instagram story saying, "Someone went on my account and unfollowed my wife. It is getting sus out here." Now, whether you believe that his account was actually hacked or not is a whole other question. It could be a genuine explanation, or it could be a convenient cover-up for something else going on behind the scenes. Either way, it just adds another layer of drama and uncertainty to the whole situation. It's like there's always something swirling around Justin, whether it's rumors about his health, his relationships, or his social media activity. It's a constant roller coaster. And it's hard to keep track of what's real and what's just speculation. And his wife Hailey doesn't like all of this one bit. And let's not forget about Hailey in all of this. Last summer, she gave this really raw and honest interview to W Magazine, where she talked about the constant criticism she faces regarding her relationship with Justin. She said, "I used to try to act like it hurts less and less. I've tried to think that you get used to it at a certain point, that this is what's going to be said and this is how people are going to be. But I realize that it doesn't actually ever hurt any less." That's a pretty powerful statement, right? It shows how much she's had to endure, constantly being judged and scrutinized for her relationship. And it makes you wonder how all of this, the rumors, the speculation, Justin's behavior, is affecting her. She's trying to put on a brave face, but it's clear that it takes a toll. It's easy to get caught up in the drama surrounding Justin, but it's important to remember that Hailey is a real person too, and she's likely dealing with a lot behind the scenes. It adds another layer of complexity to the whole situation, and it makes you hope that they can both find a way to navigate these challenges and find some peace. So, the big question is, why is Hailey seemingly trying to maintain this everything's fine facade amidst all the chaos? It's tough to say for sure, and honestly, it's probably a mix of things. Is she genuinely trying to support Justin through whatever he's going through, putting his needs first and hoping to help him get back on track? That's definitely a possibility. She could be trying to be a supportive partner, sticking by his side even when things get tough. But let's be real, there's also the public image aspect to consider. Hailey is a celebrity in her own right, and she's built a brand around herself. Constant negative publicity about her relationship with Justin isn't exactly good for business. It could affect her endorsements, her career, and her overall reputation. So, is she also trying to protect her own image and minimize the damage from all the drama? Some people think he's all okay. One fan wrote on X, "I hate posting this stuff, but the left picture is how Justin Bieber looked when he was doing hardcore. The right picture is him now, happy and healthy. Y'all haven't given him a break since 2010. Leave him alone." Ultimately, we can't know for sure what's going on in her head. Maybe it's a selfless act of support, maybe it's a calculated move to protect her brand, or maybe it's a combination of both. But the fact remains that she's still putting on a brave face, pretending that everything's okay, even when it seems like things are anything but. It's a complicated situation, and it's hard not to feel for her, regardless of her motivations. So, what do you think? comment down below and let us know. If you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.